once again, welcome. This is Vasya Sari from succeedyourgoals.com, and we are in our e-course on how to write your book and publish it within less than 3 months. It is the last lesson of Module 2, and today we will speak about being accountable. So, the idea of being accountable is extremely important because most authors do not finish their work just because they are not accountable to anybody. Their work doesn't seem to be so important, so essential. It's not something like it can't be done in 1 week or 2 weeks later on, and so they postpone their work. They postpone being consistent in working on their book, and this leads them to failure. And what is failure? Is not finishing what you decided you would finish, okay? Not finishing your book, not publishing it. So today I want to talk to you about how you can be accountable and some suggestions. So the first thing I want you to keep in mind is that many people, when they just hear the word being accountable, they get shivers. They feel resistant instantly. They're like, oh no, I don't want to be accountable. I don't need to be like if I were in school. I'm already too overwhelmed with my job, telling to my boss where I'm heading on and what I have done. I don't want to be pressured in my home for what I do for joy as well. Or they go like, I'm not in school, I'm not in the army, I will not, follow this tactic because it doesn't feel inspiring. I'm not making fun of you people if you have these ideas, but I'm just trying to exaggerate so I can show you that there is some lie behind this attitude. There is some lie that you might not be able to witness because resistance is sneaky and it makes you feel you are right when you are resisting. So, let's see now how you can overcome resistance from being accountable. And the best way is change the way you think what accountability is, what being accountable is, because it's not about feeling like a slave to your own dreams. It is for support, and that's the most important distinction. You need to realize that being accountable is only for your own good and for your personal support. So, here are some ideas you can have in your mind when you tend to resist on being accountable. Being accountable is not for your humiliation, but for your own support, and it is done with love. If you find a way to be accountable to somebody on your writing process, make sure that this person or this group or this team will not be, will not want to humiliate you. They will not treat you and act you as if you are a spoiled kid and you didn't do what you should have done and ask you, so why you didn't write? Tell me. Why you didn't sit down and write? Are you serious? Is this what you said you would do? Oh, Christ. That's such a failure situation. You're such a failure. No, you would never ask for support from people who would treat you like that. You will need support from people and groups who are supportive, and they help you and they support you with love because they truly want to see you progressing. Okay, so accountability should not be for your humiliation, it should be only for loving support. Through the support of an accountability body or group, you will be able to focus on one thing at a time and finish your tasks one by one, instead of spreading yourself and energy out thin and get overwhelmed with multitasking. Well, that's an important part. If you have daily accountability support, or weekly. You can say, well, for this time I want to do this and this and this. So you will always be thinking that next time I will meet with my accountability buddies or with my accountability group, whoever helps you with being accountable. I want to say that I did those 3 things, or I did just one thing, the one that I said I would finish. So you focus better, in a better way, instead of being in front of your computer and thinking, oh, maybe I should do some research now, and later on I will write some things, and later I will check out what I have written already, and doing nothing in the end. So through the accountability process, you focus to one thing at a time, and this can help you move forward easier, and it can also show you your progress and give you the dopamine that you need, to move forward, to feel joyous, and to understand that you don't just spend your time with no results, but you do invest your time productively. The last thing you can keep in mind on being accountable to someone or some group is that by being accountable, you will keep your mind and your thoughts focused on positive things, on your positive ideas, on your progress, instead of dragging yourself into limiting mind chatting, and not being able to communicate these limiting ideas to anyone. Now I want to tell you where you can find this accountability support that you need, okay? Our own VIP Facebook group. Well, obviously this group is the best place for you to be accountable. For each thread I upload, for each work, for each module, you can just write underneath what you have done, what your questions are, what are your issues, and where you find some difficulties. And we will all support you, including me personally. So do not let the opportunity of having a real life support from our group, let it go, because once the time for the group coaching finishes, then maybe it will not be that supportive, because all people will have finished or will be thinking something different. The group will not be as active as it is right now, so you need to take advantage of this. Connect with Facebook group members. Okay, we here are all have gathered for the same goal, to write our books. So if you find someone is more likable to you, that they write something that you like more, you resonate, contact them, friendship them, and ask personally through personal message. Something like, I would like to exchange accountability with you. Do you want to be my accountability buddy, and let me be your accountability buddy? So here is how this works. You either email each one or PM each one every day saying, well, today I'm focusing on that and I have achieved that. Or you arrange a weekly meeting. This is something that I really enjoy with my own accountability buddies. And you say, for example, every Wednesday at 2 o'clock lunchtime, we will be meeting through Zoom or any other kind of, video messaging and communication. And we will discuss for about 20 minutes or half an hour on how our progress is, where we found some difficulty, and we will be accountable to each other. This will help you tremendously to move forward to your goal and your dream. Choose for your accountability buddy someone trustworthy in your daily life. Well, this can be a very good friend of yours, someone you respect and you know they also want to write a book, so you can keep accountable each other. It could be a kid of yours, you know, or even your spouse. And I strongly recommend to invite your partner into this process, because, you know, especially there are some, you know, husbands, wives, I don't know, who feel jealous when you sit down in front of your computer and neglecting them. So you might face some difficulties in having some spare time to write when, you know, your significant other has come from work and they expect you to take care of them. Okay, so if you be totally honest and say, you know what, I need to write this book and I want you to be my accountability buddy, and I will giving you a report on what I will be doing and what I have finished, then you give them value and they're happy to help you. They know what you want to do, they understand your need, and they feel responsible for supporting you. So they won't just tell you, oh, you're just again in front of the computer. When they are your accountability buddy, they will be like, you know, you have to sit down, I think. It's now time that you would better sit down and write. So it is a good trick, and I know it from personal experience, okay? So just ask your significant other to support you on that. For the ones who can be accountable to themselves, I recommend downloading the printable, which is provided here, and just keep track every day that they are on course. So with this module, I'm also providing you a PDF, a printable PDF. It's just one sheet, one paper, which you can print as many times as you want. And it is more for, you know, setting your goals and keeping track on what your progress is every day. So it is very useful. I always use printables for being accountable to myself, and you can print as many as you want. Let's say you can think, well, this process of writing my book, I want it to take 60 days, and you can print 60 pages of the same, you know, printable and put them in a binder with holes, and every day write on top the date and what your goals are, what you have achieved, and things like that. So don't forget to download this printable. It is for everyone, but if you do not feel like having an accountability buddy, which is not recommended, at least keep track through this printable that I am providing to you. The last recommendation is to hire a coach. Well, I personally offer a program where you can have access to me for 15 minutes every day, or at least every time you want, and you have already done your homework. So I'm not saying this to promote more of my services or to sell to you anything. I just felt that it needed to be mentioned here, so that you will know that there is this option as well. So now we've come to the end of this video and of Module 2, Lesson 5, and actually we have come to the end of the entire Module 2, and I want you to do your homework, which is two things I want you to do. First of all, download the PDF, the printable, print it as many times as you believe it's needed, put it in a binder, and make sure you will be accountable to yourself, at least to yourself, every day. And the second thing I want you to do is brainstorm for a while, sit down and meditate. Think what would be more appropriate for you, whom would help you best in this journey that you started, in this quest of creating your own book. So decide which method you will choose to use and move forward in being accountable, because by that kind of support you can be consistent, you can be focused, you can keep your energy within you and towards your goals, and you will definitely manage to finish that book within less than 3 months. Okay, so see you tomorrow, see you in the next lesson on Module 3, and be prepared that on Module 3 we will talk in details about how you write your book, and also which is the extremely wonderful tool that you can use, so you will have all your mind in your head and you will not be overwhelmed. You will never feel spreading out thin, and you will never have what they say author's block. So are you excited enough? Do your homework for today, and tomorrow I will tell you about this exciting tool. Have a good day.